Welcome, I'm Rob. You join me for the second session at the epic TeamSport Warrington. Having rushed down from Preston, we had to wait only a short while before being told to jump into the cars for session 1. Still, that was long enough time for us to already get nice and sweaty. When I parked up, my dashboard was reading a lovely 30 degrees outside temperature. Warrington is a hard track, and this just makes it harder. Dan is in kart number 13 just ahead, and we're in a full session with only one other member. This will be fun. When the green comes out, Dan dives up the inside whilst I go to the outside. A mistake on my part, but I'm quick to pop around the outside through this left-hander. Whilst momentarily stuck behind kart 12, out come the red flags. It's a large track and a vast area for the marshals to cover, so this is a fairly long stop. As the flags go green once more, Dan forces his way through as he reacted much quicker to the change. The other driver has taken a wide entry into the first hairpin. I'm not sure if this was to let me through, but I'll take the gap either way. I've closed the gap up to Dan throughout the lap, but unfortunately we're presented with yellow flags, which become red. Another fairly long stop and we're back to yellow. Hopefully we'll get some clear running soon. It's not long before we do go green, and I'm all over the back of Dan looking for a way past. He's had a slide through the wide hairpin, but I've tapped back a bit before the ramp, using my momentum. He's pulled out quite a gap on me there. He's faster than me here so far. I'd like to get one lap where that isn't the case. Dan managed to get through and I get blocked. Disaster. I've held it round the outside, leaving plenty of room for them to do their thing, and I'm past. Dan was definitely faster there, and I've got traffic to deal with at the start of this lap. This isn't good. I didn't see them straight away, but we're back to yellow, so this lap is another write-off.
He's coming.
The marshal on the left there is clearly rushing to the scene to get us going again quickly. We go back to greens and I'll compromise the end of this lap to make sure I'm in front of this slower kart. That was my fastest lap at Warrington. It does look like I caught Dan, but seemingly he's still quicker at the moment. But yet more yellow flags put a stop to this attempt. I'm hoping we'll be treated to 1 or 2 more clear laps. Please? And another brief yellow flag around the top section. I'll be honest, I hardly slowed down for that one. Dan claims he wasn't at fault in any way for that. I beg to differ. The kart on the left swerved into Dan's path when the barrier suddenly jumped out at him. Dan moves to avoid them, the kart on the right overreacted and went straight into the barrier on the other side. Whereas I wait patiently and make sure I can get past. This is a public session after all. I'd probably have gone for the move through the left-right if it was a members' session. No sooner do I get Dan back in my sights, I see the yellow flags reappear once again. I keep the pace up a little to close right up, ready for the return to green. We go to green and I take a look up the inside of Dan, although I can't quite make that move stick. I line up for the cutback, but the other karts just are in the way. Dan makes the same mistake that I did earlier. He went for the outside on that left-hander, whilst I've gone for the inside and made it through. Even if I'm not faster in time, at least I'm ahead on the track. A very quick red flag here. Hopefully we'll be green for the start of the last lap. We do, but there's a bit of traffic ahead to clear. I did pass just before the yellows, but that'll be best lap, risk of 2 now.
Keep going.
And we come down the ramp, through the S's, and across the line for the final time. It's a disaster! I don't know until I return to the pits where I can just about see the screen in the bar, and my heart sinks. I improved my personal best, but so did Dan. Until this point in time, there wasn't a track where we had both visited where he went faster than me. My reputation is ruined. I might as well quit. But I wasn't going to leave it like that. Welcome, I'm Rob. We're back at TeamSport Warrington for redemption.